Thank you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available.
Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3000 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built forever home.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, CATHIE.Peterson@SteffenGRP.com.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton Manufacturing Facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on October 30th and pay $30 for the entire month. If you wait to the 31st, you pay $31. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA, now through October 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County. Some restrictions apply.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank, member FDIC.
Good evening, football fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, my job is to help our clients plan for and adjust to the unexpected in life. That may be a change in employment status, a change in the tax code, or rising inflation. At Shelton Financial, our process, called the One Life Formula, is designed to help you work through the questions, concerns, and unexpected that may happen in your life. To schedule a time to discuss with us, please call our office at 260-436-7006 or visit our website at sheltonfinancial.com. Nathan Shelton, Investment Advisor Representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
And welcome into Week 9 football action here at Columbia City. Beautiful new facility alongside Colin Schwartz and Alex Howard. I'm Derek Decker. Pleasure to be with you here tonight as we get set for the final regular season game. And fellas, this is a game that has been kind of earmarked. We thought that Norwell might go through a couple of relatively easy wins before they got here prior to the season starting, and it's kind of shaped out that way. Norwell had more trouble than expected last week against Huntington North, but got the victory nonetheless. Racked up a lot of offensive yards, only threw the ball 3 times, much to this team's MO. Alex, start with you. This Columbia City team, as they come on and they take the field here, awesome production. We're happy to be here, but this is an Eagle team that's dangerous offensively, always is, and they're led by a very good quarterback in Greg Bull.
Yeah, this is a pretty underrated team. Although they haven't played to their potential the last couple of weeks, this is still a team that can sling it around the football field, but they can also run it down your throat at times. Norwell's going to definitely have to be on their A game and start fast here to get on the Eagles here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Colin, last week Norwell won 17-7. There was a lot more yards than points last week, and that's just kind of how things fell. Norwell turned it over inside the red zone. Huntington North turned it over inside the red zone. Obviously, figuring out a way to finish drives is going to be key here tonight in getting off to a better start. They let Huntington North march the field last week, completely take control of the game on a 7+ minute drive to open the game, and they fell behind early.
You know, last week was a game I think Norwell was ready to erase. That was not their best game of the year. I think, you know, the coaches would tell you they should have played better. The players should tell you that they should have played better. So I'm interested to see how they return. You know, we have some people out there that, you know, you would think Norwell's the favorite for this game. You have some people out there who don't think that after last week's performance. Right. So they need to come out, prove themselves today, and like you said, get out to a fast start.
This is the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann Supper Pub is located in downtown Bluffton and is your local choice for Tex-Mex, some of the best burgers in the area, some of the best American food as well. That's Billy Ann Supper Pub, located in downtown Bluffton. You can see the mock coin toss going on right now, and that was a very deliberate mock coin toss, by the way. And Columbia City has won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So Norwell will start on offense here tonight, and I think this is a good thing for Norwell. We kind of talked about it a couple weeks ago, Colin. if Norwell wins the toss in the future, it's a team that maybe could choose to take the football based on the way that they've opened games this year.
Yeah, they're smash mouth football, kind of more modern day smash mouth football, and it can catch a team off guard even though you prepare for it all week. Your scout team really can't emulate that, so it kind of catches a team off guard before they have a chance to get up to speed.
All right, well, we should have a good one here for you. We're set up inside the now near 2-year-old Columbia City press box, although the facilities are gorgeous. And actually, it's turned out to be an okay night, just a fall night. It's a little wet, but it's not raining at the moment, so we don't expect weather to be much of an issue as temperatures are sitting in the 50s. And so Norwell will come out in their visiting white here. It's white jerseys, white pants with the navy blue helmets and numbers. And Columbia City in the home colors with the gold and maroon, and the gold numbers with trim, and the maroon helmets as well. So we're set to go. Columbia City will kick it off right to left here tonight, and they'll be led by their outstanding kicker, and that is Garrett Kleffiker, who has been solid for this group all season long. Kleffiker is a guy that's a weapon. We were kind of talking about that pregame. This is a team that's attempted 14 field goals, so we know that that is a possibility. A couple weeks ago against East Noble, in fact, that was the bulk of their offense was field goals, and they came up a little short, 19-16 of that one. There's been several really cool games with East Noble over the course of the season. So ready to go. Decent crowd on hand here tonight despite the weather conditions, and it's a little pooch kick, and it is received by Norwell sliding down at about the 40-yard line. And so Norwell will take over with good field position on their first drive.
Just trying to catch them off guard. That's all that was. That's a good play by the front line, not going back, bailing before the kick. And that gives them pretty good field position, like you said, Derek.
All right, and here comes Leighton Bailey. The Knights only threw the ball 3 times last week at 319 yards on the ground. This is a group that prides themselves in the rushing department. Fellows averaging 316 yards a game. 32 of their 37 touchdowns have been scored on the ground this year. Luke Graft in the backfield. He's averaging 9 yards a carry, $154 a game. He will get the call on first down, cuts it up the middle. Graft has a head of steam, and he's out across midfield. And it's a 13-yard run on the first play from scrimmage. A nice start for the Knights, and they're already in Eagle territory.
Yeah, and I said just a few minutes ago, it's very important for the Knights to get off to a hot start, and that's one way to do it. Good first down carry there by Luke Graft, and Knights will try to keep rolling.
I have a hard time believing Norwell's going to go through the air much here tonight, just based on the way that this Columbia City defense is built. Graft again up the middle, and he is dragged down from behind at about the 43-yard line. Good push up front, though. And Ian Clifford, the D-tackle, making the stop from behind for Columbia City. First down gain of 4.5 for the Knights, and they're a little quicker to get back to the line of scrimmage. Eagles giving up 201 yards on the ground per game, 324 altogether, and 16 rushing touchdowns on the year. Graft again on second down, and this time more negligible room. He is stopped near the line of scrimmage. They'll give him credit to the 42-yard line, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 5 for Leighton Bailey and the Knights.
Yeah, we've talked about it all year. 3rd and medium is still good running down for this Knights team behind that little line led by Brody Bolin. You can run just about anywhere inside of 9 or 8 yards.
Graff, the lone man in the backfield. He gets the toss on 3rd down. He bursts forward, and he is snuffed out at the 40-yard line. Falls across to the 39. And this is definitely 4-down territory here for the Knights. They knew what they wanted to do, and now it's 4th and 2 here for Norwell.
And they've kind of given them 2 different looks on those last 2 plays. I kind of expect this one just to be that run up the middle that they ran for the first 2 plays. You handed it off to Graft on the first play for 15 yards, and on the second play for 5 yards. You're getting a good push up front and going out. After going outside twice, I'd run it right back up the middle again.
Norwell 6 for 13 on 4th down this season. It's 46%. Bailey has the snap. Graft is hit early, but he falls forward close to the first down marker, and he's got it at the 37-yard line. He needed to, he got to, and the Knights keep their first drive alive. Oh, well, I take that back. Maybe I called it a little bit too early. I guess they're going to bring the sticks out here.
I thought that stretch at the end made
it looked like he fell across it. Assuming it's right at the 37, which we think it is. They are going to call for the chains here. Austin Alt is our white hat, leading this 5-man crew in the regular season finale. Norwell drew McConaughey in the sectional draw, and they'll take them on Friday night next week on the road. It's close. I think he's short. Boy, they're going to have to get down to the chain, holding the football, and it's a turnover on downs. And so Norwell's first drive stalls at the Columbia City 37.1 yard line, and the Eagles will take over on what was a good defensive stop. Realities check is the fact that Columbia City's defense hit him early. Graf's keeping his legs churning. It's what he does all season long. Not quite enough for the first down.
And they ran it up the middle, like I said, but Columbia City kind of had it packed up the middle. They had double ones and then a blitzing linebacker through the zero. They almost had 3 guys in 2 gaps right there, and they had to bounce it out. That's not where that play was designed to go.
All right, now we check out this Columbia City offense. We mentioned Greg Bolt in the open. And he will hand it off on first down, and cutting to the outside and back inside the hash marks was Ethan Sievers, the fullback. He averages 107 yards a game, 6 yards a carry. This is a Columbia City offense averaging 257 on the ground. They're quickly to the line of scrimmage on second down and mid-range. Bolt rolling out. He options it to the outside. Stiff arm at the 40-yard line, and then stacked up well inside the 40-yard line. And so that is a good stop for the Norwell defense. Hunter Heron, the ball carrier, he's the guy that starts in the slot for the Eagles. Instead of third down and medium, now they're 3rd and 9, quickly again to the line of scrimmage.
Interested to see how they attack this out of that wing T offense.
It's a high-powered offense. It's a fast-moving offense. Bolt in the pocket, and Bolin missed him. Bolt still alive, keeping his play alive, and finally Bolt will take a sack back inside the 35-yard line. And it's Stuart McCabe getting in on the action for the Knights. He gets credited with a sack, and the Knights force a 3 and out.
And that was Bolin that led the attack on that. I know he didn't make the tackle, and he's probably going to be mad at himself for not getting credited with the sack there. But he's the one that blew that play up. They only had, I think, 2 or 3 receivers down deep. They had it covered. Nowhere to go for the quarterback.
Second sack of the season for Stuart McCabe, and the 9th for this Norwell group on the year. And Kleffiker is in to punt this one away for Columbia City. He's got a nice leg. This is an end-over-end kick, and it checks up into the 40-yard line and down to the 39. And really just an average effort for Kleffiker. And so Norwell returns with no harm done back to the same spot, basically, where they opened up their first drive. Nick Huffman is a Bluffton High School graduate, and he's ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. Nick is part of the Steffen Group and can be reached at 827-8255. or find him on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. 8:20 left in the first quarter, and both teams have their first drives come to an end without points. Well, again, with the way these offenses run, don't expect to see that happen too many more times here tonight. If Columbia City can get into rhythm and keep pace, this will be a game that could feature some points. Here's a toss to the outside where Graft runs to the boundary and stays inbounds along the edge. And Graft is close to a first down marker, about a yard shy. A nice strong 9-yard run up the sideline for Luke Graft.
Yeah, as you said, Derek, these offenses have the ability to kind of overpower one another. And last year's game out of Norwell featured about 80 points before it was all said and done. So both offenses able to score.
Yeah, it was 45-34. Columbia City had a big first half lead last year, and Norwell came back to win that game with a strong second half. Second down and a yard here on Norwell's second drive, and John Colbert gets the carry for the first time here tonight. He's across the 50-yard line. A host of Eagles stack him up there. Charge led by Dominic Chacon, and it's a first down and a chain-moving run for John Colbert.
You know, I think the first quarter is going to be a big part in this game. Looking at kind of the frame-by-frame box score, if you will, on the season. Columbia City kind of struggles in the first quarter, and then they kind of take over in the third quarter. So it's big for Norwell to maybe get out ahead here early.
Yeah, you saw what their defense is allowing in the third quarter. We'll talk about that later in the game. Toss to Graft. He runs behind Colbert, but we've got penalty markers everywhere. Graft is still on his feet down to the 30-yard line, but this one is likely coming back, and probably a hold on the edge to set that extra block and give Graft so much room. It is indeed a hold. So it won't be second and too long. There's some yards gained. It'll depend on where they mark it from, but likely just behind the sticks for their first down play. It'll be 1st and 14 back at the 47-yard line.
The way Norwell can run the ball, no need to panic here. Just you could even run the same play or just maybe go back to that run up the middle. Graff's already proven that he can get some good yards out of that play.
Well, and you feel confident about your first drive, too. I mean, you're frustrated about the spot and whatever happened, but at the end of the day, you got the 3 and out that you needed, and you're just back in a very similar spot. Clock on the move inside of 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Norwell and Columbia City in the regular season finale in Norwell's first trip to the new facility. Bailey initially looks to throw, now hands it off to Graft, who lowers his shoulder and slips out of several tackles, and Graft is loose. Graft out of another tackle at the 30. Down the sideline he goes, and finally he's ushered out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Hunter Herron making the touchdown-saving stop. A huge chunk play for the Knights, and they're in the red zone for the first time tonight.
I like the way Norwell drew that up. They had 2 receivers out to the boundary here along with their H-back to the boundary, and then they kind of ran like they were going to do a rollout pass, and they handed it off going to the field. Gave Graft a lot of room, and we know his ability to make someone miss. That's a good play design there from Norwell.
35 yards for Luke Graft. And he will get the ball again. Graft dances to the outside. Fistful of jersey from behind. And a couple of yards there for Luke Graft on first down. And it looked like, I think, it might have been Martin Smith coming in to make the tackle. In any case, it's 2nd down and about 8. Now, do remember that for whatever it's worth, and we may not have to deal with this issue here tonight, but Norwell does have Austin DeLeon back. If you were just kind of paying attention the first half of the season, Norwell had Cooper Sloan instead, was not comfortable trying field goals. DeLeon's in there now, and they're very comfortable with his leg. Colbert is wrapped up at the 17-yard line, and good penetration by the Columbia City linebackers, and the charge led by Easton Carnahan. Cole Mosier on the stop for the Eagles forces Norwell into a 3rd and long.
You know, if you're Norwell here, this might be a good time to pull out a play action. You know, you haven't thrown the ball yet today. Just run a play action here, maybe get the linebackers cheating up a little bit, maybe even just a little dump off to your H-back and Trey Bodenheimer.
Still think you're probably trying to get yards nonetheless to set up a 4th down play. This would be a 34-yard field goal from here on a cold night. Bailey rolling out, pressure coming from the blind side, being yanked down. Now he fumbles the football, and it's picked up by Columbia City. I don't think that was ruled a forward pass. It will depend on the call. And the white hat is signaling Columbia City ball. It is. It's a fumble, and the Eagles get a takeaway. And Norwell comes away with nothing.
That, to me, that looked like a forward pass, but if you're the quarterback there, sometimes it's okay just to take a sack. I mean, you know, you're kind of giving up you're giving up the whole drive right there. Now, like I said, I do think his arm was coming forward. I think that was an incomplete pass, but you know, don't leave it up to the refs.
Well, that's another mistake. Norwell's been so good at limiting those over the course of the season. Guys coming in, they led the turnover margin plus 11, 16-5. This Columbia City defense has just forced its 26th takeaway of the season. Very opportunistic defense that the Eagles have. First down carry out to the 30-yard line by the fullback Ethan Sievers, who picks up 3 on first down. This is a fast-moving Eagle offense that gets to the line in a hurry, and they can do that, relaying signals from the sideline. And now a whistle. Aiden Rusu will be sent off, and Stuart McCabe will replace him. Wasn't sure if we were going to see Drew Ringer get the start tonight. The answer is yes. He is on the field right now in white, number 22. 2nd and 7 here for the Eagles. Sievers dancing, trying to create some space. Klein Neuenschlander meets him up in the shoulders, and close to a first down. Now they're going to stop it, and I think they're going to give him first down yardage.
You know, I do like that play call from Columbia City. They've been running it up the middle to the fullback all night, and that time they handed it off to the fullback again, but they ran it outside this time, kind of get that Norwell defense biting up the middle.
Sievers blasting forward. Graff trying to strip the ball out, stop the forward progress at the 43.
This is one of those offenses where if it gets you back on your heels, it's going to be a tough night.
Yeah.
Every single drive, you know, one first down, it kind of gets them rolling. That's the thing about running these fast offenses. You can't make adjustments. You can't get personnel changes. It makes your defense tired.
This is an offense that's only scored 2 touchdowns the last 3 weeks. It's a counter, and that was a really slow developing play. Abe Barrera out of the slot to take the carry, and a gain of just a yard. 3rd down and 3. That was a an odd play for Columbia City. Timing looked like it was thrown off.
And if you're Norwell, you're kind of frustrated that he still got 2-3 yards out of that, because you kind of had that swallowed up in the backfield, but you had some D linemen that were playing a little passive. Go up and make a play.
3 linemen for the Knights. 3rd down and 3. Rollout. Intercepted Hafley, and he stumbles down across the 40, and the Knights get a takeaway just like that to return the favor. Blake Hafley on the outside for the Knights picks off his 3rd pass of the year. It's the 13th for the Knights, and they're set up in plus territory for the 3rd time tonight.
It looked like Blake Hafley's been watching film this week, because right when he realized it was a pass, he ran to that spot and the ball was already there. Great play by Blake Hafley, good awareness, and getting back into coverage. That's a big swing. You could kind of feel the momentum for Columbia City building, and that just takes it right away.
Bolt intercepted for just the 3rd time this season, even though he's completing only 41% of his passes. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line, and Hafley, if he was able to stay on his feet, would have had a touchdown. There was nobody back for the Eagles. Graft leaning forward down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 3.
Just a good first down play. Get ahead of the sticks, stay on time here if you're Norwell. Just do what you do well and just keep running it here. I still wouldn't mind, if they get into a 3rd and short here, to maybe run a play action.
Cohen Bailey lined up to the near side. 3 receivers set. Graft in the backfield with Bodenheimer. And Graft is met up front. He's still dragging tacklers forward. And finally, he goes to the 2nd-year turf here at Columbia City and should be getting a yard. He will, down to the 34-yard line. And it's 3rd down and about 6 for the Knights. And again, likely 4-down territory.
Yeah, with it being 4-down territory, I think you won't see a pass here. You'll see another run.
Well, we have not had points yet, and I thought we probably would by this point. Yeah, we talked about that in the open. But both these offenses struggled last week. Here's a toss to Colbert. John Colbert trying to make a man miss, and he is nowhere near a 1st down marker. In fact, the Columbia City defense on the pitches here tonight has done a nice job stringing it out to the edge and making tackles close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's something they've seen on film the last couple weeks. Norwell has ran a lot of those pitches to either side of the field or the boundary, and so it's definitely something they've seen on film, and it looks like it's something that they've prepared for.
All right, so it's a 4th and 5. The Knights are going to go for this thing as expected, but now they're down to 12 on the play clock, and they got to get something moving in a hurry. Finally, the play comes in. Bailey hustling to the line with 6, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. So Josh Gerber will burn his first timeout of the night, and while he does that, we'll let you know that, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement, Bluffton Roofing owner James Worth will suggest a proper course of action that's best for your home. Bluffton Roofing, quality first, home improvement. And at Heidi Automotive Group, their next satisfied customer will be you. Serving Wells County and the surrounding area with a great selection of new and used vehicles with an outstanding service department. Visit HighDayMotors.com to view their inventory. 4th and 5, fellas. Derek Decker with Alex Howard, Colin Schwartz here tonight from Columbia City. Ball resting on the 33, and the frustration starting to build if Norwell can't get a 1st down and keep this drive alive. They've been down in this area twice now and have come away with no points both times.
The one encouraging thing, though, is the defense has responded both times. But, one play that Norwell had at the beginning of the year that they ran quite a bit was that little tight end pop pass. Haven't seen that in a while. This might be a good time to pull it out to Trey Bodenheimer.
I mean, as long as the catch is made, it's a guaranteed first down.
It's a guaranteed 5, 6, 7 yards each time.
That's all they need. They need 5 here. 3 spread out. Colbert in the backfield on 4th and 5. Bailey rolls to his left, sprinting to the outside. Bailey still on his feet, floats it down for Neuenschwander, who makes the catch and will trot in for a touchdown. Klein Neuenschwander on 4th and 5. Bailey hits him, and Norwell goes up 6.
What a play by Bailey, getting outside the pocket, getting his shoulders turned, throwing across his body, and laying it right in. Klein Neuenschwander runs a good route, kind of releasing back. That's hard for the cornerback to stay on. And a great play, a big play on 4th down.
33 yards on the connection to Neuenschwander, his 5th catch of the year and his 2nd touchdown catch. That's Bailey's 5th touchdown pass of the year. Norwell strikes first, and that's only Norwell's 6th passing touchdown on the season. De Leon blasts it through, no problem. De Leon is perfect since he has returned from injury, and Norwell goes on top first. Visit the Kaler Nickel Foundation YMCA today at 550 West Dustman in Bluffton. When you join the Y, you're not just a member of a facility, you're a part of something greater. Take the first step towards a healthier you and join the Y. And Daniels Jewelers features bridal, fine and fun jewelry, Fossil and Citizen watches, along with Steel X and much more. Located in the Interurban Park in Bluffton, Daniels offers resetting and redesigning of your jewelry. Visit Daniels Jewelers in Bluffton or online at danielsjewelers.net. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Norwell on top 7-0. Big fourth down conversion. And Neuenschwander was wide open and chased it to the pylon. 7-0 Norwell.
Yeah, it was good to see Norwell finish the drive there. Last week they had a little bit of problem when they got in the red zone finishing in a close game against Huntington North. So it was good to see them get down to the red zone, get down to the scoring position and score.
You know, every once in a while in baseball, too, whenever you get something like that where things have been tough and then you finally break through for a drive, we talk about having a shutout inning. This feels like a time where the defense needs to shut down.
Absolutely,
3 and out,
yeah.
Get the ball back and keep the momentum rolling.
The City came in 4-4 tonight. Drew Graft on for the boot. The freshman places it down at the 5-yard line. And here comes the return. Out to the 25-yard line is where the return man will be met. Columbia City will set up shop there. And once again, on the return, it was Stratton Fuller, the speedy freshman who starts on the outside for Columbia City. He's been very good in that department this year, averaging 17 yards a return. First down for Columbia City on the 25-yard line. Both teams have turned it over once here in this first quarter. Norwell capitalizing on the most recent Eagle turnover. And off to Heron, and he gets stretched out. Not a lot of room to work. 3 Knights surround him, including Ringer, Neuenschwander, and Bailey. And he gets maybe a yard on first down. In fact, they mark him back at the line of scrimmage. And so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Norwell kind of responding the same way, pushing Columbia City to the edge when they try to run it to the outside. Just one receiver split out wide. It's play action on 2nd down. Bolt will float it down the right side, and Heron has it bobbled and incomplete. Once again, Blake Hafley tight on the coverage. He already had a pick in this quarter, and he's Johnny on the spot on defense again.
Really good coverage there from Blake Hafley. I mean, he was all over him. No chance to catch the ball. But one thing I was thinking, how often do you think Columbia City has seen 3 down linemen this year with that offensive formation?
Yep.
I mean, that can't be normal for them. And whenever Norwell has D linemen like that are good enough to be able to stop the run, that makes it easier whenever Columbia City's trying to run some play action or maybe go deep.
Forcing Columbia City into a passing down here, 3rd and 10. Bolt unleashes one again, and that's a low percentage pass. It's incomplete. It was intended for the freshman Stratton Fuller, and quickly 3 and out go the Eagles in a very short amount of time. The Knights get the ball back before the end of the quarter.
Well, Norwell's keeping the momentum going right now. I mean, that's a 3 and out. They got no yards. They're going to get the ball back and probably some pretty decent field position. This feels like a big drive upcoming here for Columbia City, getting down 14-0. Your offense really, other than 1 or 2 first downs, hasn't shown a whole lot yet. Feels like they need to stop here.
Kleffer averages 40 yards a punt. Ooh, this is a short punt. Very short. And it bounces backwards. And it is down at the 43-yard line, making that an 18-yard effort. And Norwell in plus territory again. They've played almost the entire first quarter on this side of the field.
Now, if I'm Norwell here, I know this probably isn't going to happen, but if I'm Coach Gerber calling plays, this might be a good time to throw the ball deep. Try and get something over the top, get some, take the top off and get up 14-0 real quick. I know that's not their MO, that's not what they're known for, but it seems like this could be a good time for it. And then if it's incomplete, just go back to running the ball because you've done that well tonight.
They'll bring out Graft. Kate Shelton will line up to the near side on the 43-yard line where Norwell opens up its 4th first quarter drive. It's Graft on first down, and he's powering forward, dragging defenders with him. He lost the football, and who's it recovered by? Eagles say they have it. Waiting on an official signal. This shouldn't be too complicated.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody fell on it, right?
I think they're trying to discuss whether he was down or not because he was on.
I don't think so.
It looked like he was on both knees. We can't tell from up here very well. That's their call, but I think that's what they're discussing rather than who got the fumble.
Well, the initial and if they are discussing that, that signifies to me. Okay, so they must have ruled him down because if you have that discussion, then Columbia City must have fallen on it.
That's a big break for Norwell. That's exactly what Columbia City would have needed in this game to get things turned back around. And now if you're Norwell, you can just take this into the half, or into the quarter, excuse me.
Well, they can't because
I thought they could. I thought they had enough time.
It's just inside of 5. Boy, there's been some real ball security issues here in this quarter for the Knights. Graff has a first down, and he is pushed out of bounds right at the first down marker at the 33. And now the Knights will have to run one further play here in this first quarter. Well, Norwell certainly dominating in the yards gain department. The turnovers really killed them. The single turnover has injured them big time in this first quarter, but has not resulted in Columbia City points. In fact, I don't think they've taken a snap on the plus side of the field. So the Knights have played basically in this half the whole first quarter. It's Graft. Pretty simple. A couple of yards. That brings the first quarter to a close. Norwell leading Columbia City 7-0 after 1 on The Voice.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Back here at Columbia City, 7-0 Norwell after 1. They've taken the first quarter lead. Colin, it's a team that knows what they're good at and has done it well all season long in Norwell, but you want to see some more creativity on offense here on this drive.
Yeah, you can tell Columbia City knows what they're going to do, and they're better than some of the teams Norwell has faced this year, where you can just run it. Everybody knows what's coming. They just do it anyway. It seems like Norwell may need to get more creative, start running some motions, get the linebackers flowing one way, the safeties flowing one way, make them a little more hesitant. Just run a wide receiver across, and that's all you got to do. That'll screw up a defense more than you know.
First down on the 31-yard line, so they actually gave him a couple farther yards than I thought they would on that last run from Luke Graft, who is the lone back for the Knights here on second down.
It's a great play. That's a great play by the outside linebacker. He came up, he stepped in, he didn't avoid the block, he took the block on, and it just gave Graff nowhere to go because the inside linebacker was coming from the other direction. That is a tremendous play from the Columbia City defense.
And now it's third down and long behind the sticks for the Knights. Again, with being a rushing offense, this is not a situation Norwell's very comfortable in, although they are converting 49% of their third downs this year.
This might be a good time for a little screen if you have one in the playbook.
Again, 4 down territory if you can get some yards back here. There's the pop pass. Bodenheimer makes the grab over the middle. We've been waiting for it for weeks, Colin, and Bodenheimer still chugging forward down to the 10-yard line, taking a pile of Eagles with him, and it turns out to be a massive play for the Knights, and it sets them up at the 10-yard line with first and goal, 26 yards on the pop pass.
I'm telling you, that is such a great play, especially when you get Leighton Bailey kind of giving a little head shoulder fake the other way. You turn around, you got Bodenheimer there. That's a great play. I mean, that's essentially almost like a little screen pass that I was talking about. You're only throwing it about 3 yards, but then he's just able to make a play out of it.
Bodenheimer gets the call again and gets driven back at the 8. He got met with vengeance right there, and right up the middle, a couple of guys for Columbia City. I'll tell you, that not a lot of guys can do that to Bodenheimer. He's pretty well put together. He got a hurt put on him there.
Yeah, I do like Norwell's pace there, kind of getting back up to the line quick after that big play from Bodenheimer where he replaced that middle linebacker blitz there on that pop pass, and Bodenheimer just able to replace there, turn around, and Knights knocking on the door again.
Second and goal. It's Neuenschwander with single coverage at the bottom. A toss. It's Graft. Nothing there. And now we've got a penalty.
That's good. That's going to be a hold.
Look like
that's going to be a hold on Kilpatrick right there. Yeah. He had one hand in his back, one hand on the chest. Not going to get away with that often, especially when it's being run to the edge.
You got to take this, right? They decline it. You know, that actually surprises me a little bit because if you take, I guess, you know, you take the down, but now they're still inside the 10-yard line. You got 2 plays to get it in. I probably would have thought about taking that penalty. I mean, it's kind of an in-between situation.
Yeah. If you're Columbia City, though, you haven't really defended the pass all that well tonight, so you've almost defended the run a little bit better.
Bailey on the move, looking to throw, and he is going down. Bailey back inside the 20-yard line. Cole Mosier, his first sack of the year, and that likely pushes Norwell onto fringe field goal range.
You know, one thing we probably haven't talked about enough this year is how good the Norwell offensive line has been this year, but that's a play where the Norwell offensive line just got beat. They rolled right into a pressure. Good play from Columbia City, and now, like you said, forcing not a chip shot field goal by any means for high school.
This is 37 yards and would be the longest of De Leon's career. The left-footed kicker is on. Sophomore, perfect on field goals and extra points to this point. Drives it through, it's hooking, and it has the distance, and he's got it. Austin De Leon, a 37-yard field goal. It's not his career long. I just remembered he had a longer one at Belmont last year, but it is his season long. And he gives Norwell a 2-score lead here early in the second quarter. Tim Steffen and his staff at Steffen Financial Group are a full-service financial firm committed to helping people pursue their financial goals by identifying your goals and helping make sound decisions to reach them. And Dr. Josh Bell strives to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come with individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages. Don't suffer from chronic pain. Corrective Chiropractic can help. Located at 360 North Main Street in Bluffton. That's a big field goal, guys, and Colin, it puts Norwell up 10-0.
Such a weapon to have a field goal kicker like that, too. You know, we were talking about fringe field goal position there. I mean, he had a few extra yards on that, too. He was good. Problem. He was good from 40, 45 there.
That's very important going into the tournament.
Yes, it is.
It's very good to have him healthy. We didn't know if or when we were going to get him back, Norwell has certainly greatly benefited from having him in the rotation. And that is his third made field goal. He made one from 18 yards last week. Previous long on the season was 26. And again, perfect 16 of 16 on PATs. Not a bad crowd here on this Friday night, last game of the regular season. Columbia City does have another home game. They've got Angola here next week. And they will fake the handoff on the return. Norwell not fooled and pulled down at the 25-yard line for just an average return. They'll set up the Eagles there. Field position has been a very big storyline in this game. It's been night and day difference between Norwell and Columbia City, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Field position is so important in football, and the Knights have clearly had an advantage offensively, working from plus territory most of the day.
Yeah, I think that's right. We just, if you couldn't understand that, we got to find a way to get some yards.
And if you're Columbia City, you just got to find a play that works and just keep going back to it until Norwell makes an adjustment. Because once you find something that works, they go fast enough where it's hard for Norwell to make an adjustment inside of that possession. They're just going too quick for you to do that.
2nd and 6. Bolt on the move here. He picks up a block and is driven forward at the 35, and he's across the 35 and has the necessary yardage for a first down.
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen a play like that. From the little wing T triple option type of thing, he just took the snap and just ran around the edge. Normally there's a toss to that or maybe a speed option. He just took it and ran around the edge, and he beat Norwell with some speed there.
Bolt runs it about 8 times a game, has an offer from St. Francis. Hunter Heron on first down. And Heron is upended across the 40-yard line. But bigger plays here for Columbia City on this second drive.
And you know, I said something early about how how often do you think Columbia City has seen 3 down linemen? Right now, that is hurting Norwell because they have those 2 defensive ends kind of playing in like 4-eye technique, so they're just running it around them. All they need to do is get 1 block from a linebacker outside, and that's what's going to bust those plays long.
And there again, to your point, they go up the middle, and Norwell, for the most part, has it snuffed out. The fullback, Ethan Sievers, the carry, Trey Bodenheimer, the stop.
See, now 3rd and short here, they'll probably run it up the middle because if you run it outside, you're running the risk of maybe getting tackled for a loss. So I just run this up the middle, and they might have to go for it if they don't get it.
They sneak it, and Bolt has plenty for the first down out to the 48.
See, now I'd hurry up if I'm Columbia City and run it around the edge some way. I don't know whether it be that quarterback, a little sweep around, the end around. Just get going quick. Don't let Norwell make an adjustment.
Bolt looks to throw. He's got plenty of time. He will air it out down the near sideline. Shelton's got it well covered. And leaping the freshman Fuller, it's incomplete. Shelton has a significant size advantage against Fuller. Fuller listed at 5'9", and Shelton at 6'3", so there's a big size advantage, usually the opposite way of what you expect.
And Shelton had really good coverage right there. He used the sideline to his advantage, almost as a second defender. The quarterback Mr. Bullitt would have had to put that in the perfect spot for that to be caught.
Yeah, yes, that was not getting caught. 2nd and 10. Well, you could definitely tell here early in this first half, this is a Columbia City team, as we knew they would be, that's willing to take shots down the field, much more than Norwell. Stretch out that offense a little bit, looking for the big home run play. That's a false start. Yep. Easy call, and it's the freshman Fuller that gets nailed with it.
Columbia City had found something that worked, too. They got a first down, and now they're just putting themselves behind the stick. That just seemed like such a low percentage play that they ran on first down.
It did.
It seemed like you wanted to get some yards before you run something like that.
Especially considering the way that their offense has moved the ball on this drive.
Right.
So that'll back him up to the 42-yard line for a 2nd and... What the heck? Yes, it is 2nd and 16. They moved it back 6 yards. I don't know if I've seen that one before. That's a 6-yard false start. Good hole to the outside, sprinting forward down inside the Norwell 45, and he stayed in bounds for the necessary yardage to pick up the first down. Abe Barrera, the slot man, needed technically 16, and he got 17, and he's down to the 41-yard line, and I think it was Leighton Bailey that met him over there eventually and just kind of softly touched him and allowed him to get a couple extra yards to get that first down.
Tony, outside is going to be the play for Columbia City tonight. All you got to do is get a few blocks out there. You can hook the edge down lineman on Norwell pretty easily. Get a block out there on a safety in a corner, and you're off to the races.
Uh-oh. Boy, Sievers almost broke that. Finally smashed down from behind. Leighton Bailey in on the stop for the Knights alongside Cole Patrick, and it's good enough for another Eagle first down.
If I'm Norwell here, I'm thinking about a timeout. And making an adjustment. Look at the far side of the field right now. Look how much room they have over there.
Sievers dropped in the backfield for a loss, and Aiden Rusu's helmet comes off, and so he will be sent off for a play. Blake Hafley will replace him, and they'll mark him for a loss of a yard there on a nice play sprinting through that defensive line.
If they run that same formation, they have a lot of room to the far side of the field, a lot of room to make someone miss.
That's Heron in motion, and he gets it on the sweep. Neuenschweiner trying to push him to the boundary, but he gets blocked. And Heron stays on his feet, finally taken down close to the 11-yard line. Another big chunk play for the Eagles, and it's another first down.
Norwell there's nothing their players can do about it. They're just outmanned out there. There's too many blockers against too far less defenders if you're Norwell. There's nothing that the players can do. They need to get someone else out there, almost an overhang, and take on that block, force it back in.
Bolt trying to charge forward down to the 5. And he's got yardage to the 3. That's a gain of 8. And now they go fast, and I really like this call close to the goal line. Bolt sneaks it, gets a push, and he's got a touchdown. Greg Bolt into the end zone. And we were just talking about it. They get to the line in a hurry. Norwell gassed on that possession. You talked about the defense being on their heels sometimes. It certainly unfolded that way for Norwell.
Norwell doesn't have much of a 2-minute offense, so I don't see the need just to hold these timeouts to, they don't roll over to the second half. That would have been a good time to call a timeout, regroup a little bit, and and make an adjustment, because Columbia City found something that worked there, and they just kept on going to it. And there's nothing Norwell could do about it.
Klefiker for the PAT, no problem. Klefiker makes it 10-7 as he makes himself 25 of 26 on the year in extra points. Kathy Peterson is part of the Steffen Group, a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of real estate. With a strong customer service background, Kathy's committed to her clients throughout the whole transaction. And located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, head on out to Green Valley Golf Club to hit a few on their driving range, putting green, or play around. Green Valley Golf Club, where your friends play. 10-7 Norwell as the lead is trimmed to 3 here for the Knights with 5:18 left in this first half. That was a good drive by Columbia City. It lasted 75 yards, and for the first time tonight, it ends in points.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to sound a little redundant right here, but they needed to call a timeout on that drive. Once that got into plus territory, they were running the same play that got them the same amount of yards almost every single time. They ran that jet sweep probably 3 or 4 times, and they got 15, 20 yards every single time on it. Norwell needed to call a timeout and make an adjustment to that play, because if they don't, Columbia City can just run that all night, and they're gonna score a lot of points from here on out.
Yeah, especially when you have problems setting the edge there, like Norwell had on that drive. You really want to take a timeout there to give your guys a breather for one, and give them the energy to go out there and get to the edge, but at the same time, go over with your, move your outside linebacker over a little bit. It's hard to make those adjustments yelling from the sideline.
Yeah, and the reason they can't set the edge is they have the 3 down linemen, but they're playing in, I can't tell if it's a 3 or a 4-eye from up here, but they're not playing on the edge, so there's nowhere to set the edge.
Norwell came into the game ranked number 8 in Class 3A this week, number 7 in the coaches' poll. Here's a good return to the outside and a burst of speed. There's a chance to go. There's the block necessary, and that's a touchdown return. Unbelievable. Drew Ringer in his second game back, just like that, gets the points right back.
Yeah, and that's just good film work from good film scouting from Norwell, because they knew right where he was going to put it. They got the little wedge going right there, and they got a burst of speed, and they hit the tunnel, and there's nobody catching him after he got past about the 30, 35-yard line. 95
yards on the kickoff return for Drew Ringer, and the Knights strike again and re-increase their lead to 2 scores.
I bet Matt Taylor's kind of, that's a bittersweet moment for him, because now he didn't have a lot of time to make adjustments on the sideline.
Right, defense is going to be right back out there. But hard to complain about a 95-yard touchdown on special teams. Extra point is good for Austin De Leon to make it 17-7. American Mortgage Service Company is helping individuals realize the dream of home ownership by providing a top-notch best mortgage experience. Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 353-3300. AMSC is an equal housing lender. That's a big play for this Norwell team. Special teams making a big play. They haven't had any of those huge plays this year on special teams, but they get a big one right here, and it's got a chance to turn this game a little bit before halftime.
And isn't that just a kick in the gut if you're Columbia City? You have a great drive.
You go
down the field. You put points on the board. You're feeling good about yourself. You get a stop. You get the ball back. Maybe take the lead, and they allow a 95-yard touchdown. And that just has to take the wind out of you a little bit if you're Columbia City, because like you said, they had to work hard for that, and then it just was taken all the way back from Norwell in one play.
"15-second scoring drive, 0 plays, 95 yards for the Knights. And a touchdown return for Drew Ringer, who, man, again, that's a guy that it runs in the family for sure, but he's got the speed. Once he gets a couple of steps underneath him, you're going to have a real problem catching him, as it was showcased there. And the only guy that even had a shot at him was Klefiker, and he didn't get very close.
It was a pretty good kick, too.
In fact, De Leon's going to kick this one off for the Knights. If I'm not mistaken, his first kickoff of the year, so maybe trying something funky here. Nope. Standard stuff. Drifts towards the sideline, returned at the 12. And it's another fake on the return. And once again out to the 20-yard line, maybe the 21, is where the return will set up Columbia City. If Field position just not great tonight for the Eagles.
That's the second time.
It's an issue.
It's the second time they've ran that fake handoff. I don't know if they're trying to set up, maybe actually handing it off one time tonight.
That's what I was thinking. The second time you usually hand it off.
Right, but at the same time, those last two where they faked that handoff, they haven't gotten very good field position.
No, and that one was dangerously close to being
punched out.
Right. I mean, that was just kind of floating out there, and if the Knights get any kind of contact on that, you're talking about a chance to take a 3-score lead all of a sudden. Severs has no room to run, Colin.
They had that end around working all last drive, and they faked the end around on that one and handed it off to the guy behind him. It just took too long, gives Norwell too much time. Norwell's too fast on defense to fall for stuff like that.
Well, this is a fast-moving Columbia City offense. Barrera steps out of a tackle from Shelton, and Graff takes him down at the 28-yard line. 3rd down and 3.
One of the Norwell coaches need to be talking to Coach Matt Taylor right now. Every time the wide receiver lines up tight, out wide but tight, they're running that end around every single time to the field. So someone needs to get that down. That's about the 3rd or 4th time I've noticed that, where the wide receiver's lining up really, really tight on the field side and they just run the end around.
It's either been Heron or Barrera in the slot all night. 3rd down and short for the Eagles, and that's a 1st down. Severs on the carry, a 5-yard gain.
When Columbia City runs edge, it gets the defense thinking that way, and then they're able to run it up the middle. It's the same thing as whenever you run the ball, you set up the pass. You run it on the edge, you're going to set up the run up the middle.
Bolt in trouble, and he's going down. Trey Bodenheimer and Luke Graff team up for a sack there, and it drops Bolt well back inside the 25.
He had man coverage on that, and he had his wide receiver, Stratton Fuller, he was open. He ran a little 10-yard out right there. He was open. If he would have had time to hit him, that would have been a big gain.
That play had no chance from the start, as Norwell got good penetration up front. Graff records his 2nd sack, or give him a half a sack. I'll be impressed if Joe Taylor gives him a half sack.
And once again, 1st down, you found plays that work. You kind of go to a low percentage pass play that hasn't worked very much tonight.
Trouble again. Kyle Zettis wraps him up and brings him down. The ball comes out. Bodenheimer picks it up and returns it for a touchdown. Unbelievable play for Trey Bodenheimer, and the ball was still live, and disaster for Greg Bolt and the Eagles.
Kyle Zettis set that play up, man. That wasn't a blitz like the last one. That was called, I'm just going to beat my man and cause mayhem. And that may be a factor or a play where Bolt was trying to do a little too much. Like I said, sometimes it's just okay to go down. Us as Colts fans know this. Carson Wentz just needs to learn how to go down. Just go down every once in a while.
Well, yeah, he was in the process of going down. Zettis really had him wrapped up.
You could tell when he was being swung around, though, he wanted to try and throw that away, or sometimes it's okay just to take a sack.
De Leon, no problem. Oh, he missed it. I guess it was wide left, just barely. One of the things here I will notice is that the goalposts are shorter than they are at Norwell, so that's something to kind of keep an eye on, and it actually does keep this a 16-point game. It's De Leon's 1st miss on an extra point this season, in fact, on any kick this year. Craigville Appliance has been serving Northeast Indiana for 100 years. They buy in bulk all over the country and pass the savings on to their customers at 2383 North Main Street in Craigville. 2nd quarter has featured a special teams touchdown and now a defensive touchdown to kind of create some separation here for Norwell.
And if you're Columbia City, it's not really time to panic yet. It may feel like it, but it's really not. Because if you score a touchdown, you go down, score a touchdown here, and get the ball back after half, you're right back in the game. So just keep doing what you're doing. Don't go away from what you're good at. Keep running that end around until Norwell makes an adjustment, and go down and put some points on the board. You're right in this game still.
Yeah, to Derek's point, though, a special teams touchdown and a defensive touchdown, those are things on your football bingo card that can really deflate a team
big time.
on the other sideline.
Mentally, that's challenging.
And there are a lot of stats out there, too, where if you get a defensive touchdown in a game, your chances of winning go up this much percent, or if you get a special teams touchdown,
you're
your
such
percent
a fan
of winning. But if you put both of them together, that's close to 100% win percentage, I would think.
You are such a fan of the analytics.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not analytics. That's just stats. Analytics are just
I don't know what the difference is, Alex.
I don't know either.
Analytics are just dumb. That's the difference.
Oh, well, thanks for coming out and saying it. Inside the 5. De Leon on the kickoff again, by the way. And once again, just an average return to the 24-yard line. And this is make or break moment here for Columbia City. Really disaster scenario would be forced to give the ball up again. Norwell has 2 timeouts to work with. They can stop the clock if they want to. And the downside of running an up-tempo offense is if you don't get a first down, you leave plenty of time for the Knights.
And I said it's not time for Columbia City to panic yet, but if they go 3 and out here, then it is time for them to panic. But if, like I said, if they can go down and get, at least take some time off the clock, you're getting the ball back after half. I think key, though, would be not to let Norwell score again in this quarter.
The Schwartz panic-o-meter still at a 5.
You could see number 12 had the tight. Sorry, Derek, I kind of stepped on your toes there. But Stratton was lined up tight, and they ran that end around again. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's noticed it for Norwell yet, but every time he lines up tight, they're running that end around.
And Barrera gets pushed out of bounds, which is not really what Columbia City needs. I don't know if that's Barrera that's still down over there. I don't think it is. It's not. Barrera was the ball carrier. And I think it's a Norwell player laying on the Columbia City sideline. Josh Gerber jogging over. And we'll get a look and see who it is. Coach Gerber, 27 and 35. 6th year at the helm of this Norwell program. Gerber has led this group from 0-10. This is a group that's just a few years removed, a class, basically a full class removed from having very limited success, and now they're at a situation with the win here tonight would give them back-to-back 8-1 regular seasons and 6-1 finishes in conference. Been in the top 10 basically the last 2 seasons combined, almost every single week in Class 3A. And honestly, the sectional draw favors Norwell pretty good. There's no doubt about that. As we kind of look and see what Norwell drew on Sunday, this team has to travel to Mechaniqua, and then they'll likely be back home. Concordia is a favorite. They are off tonight due to COVID, and I think Concordia is going to win that game against Northwestern, despite only 1 win between those 2 groups. So the path theoretically for Norwell in the sectional would be Mechaniqua at home or on the road, and then they'll be at home against Concordia, and then on the road at either Peru or Oak Hill. We'll step away, and we'll give you an update when we have one on the injury.
American Mortgage Service Company, located at 1169 North Main Street in Bluffton. We specialize in helping individuals realize their dream of homeownership by providing a top-notch, best mortgage experience. We offer a wide variety of loan programs and the most current rates available.
Contact Angie Top or Jessica Best at 260-353-3000 or apply online at bluffton.americanmortgage.com. This is not an offer for the extension of credit or a commitment to lend. American Mortgage, NMLS ID 8246. Angie Top, NMLS ID 478736. Jessica Best, NMLS ID 613932. American Mortgage is an equal housing lender.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
Blake Hafley is the injured man for the Knights, and it was a slow walk-off assisted by Josh Gerber before a 2nd down and 7. And that would be a big blow. Obviously, Hafley already does have an interception in this game. He's played very well at linebacker tonight. He has had a good read. That's a kid right there who studied well on film this week. Big loss to the Norwell defense.
False start.
That was definitely a fault. Well, they're going to call illegal motion, apparently. So, yeah, it's going to be illegal motion, and
that's a great call from the umpire.
Yeah, he bailed him out there.
That's a way to bail out your co-workers.
So Norwell's going to take the penalty here. It'll set up a 2nd down and 11 after the penalty. Or 12, I guess. Back in the 22. I had a hard time figuring out the number of yards that have been marked off on penalties. That's not the first time that's happened tonight. Barrera, no room! And he gets thrown backwards. Rousseau and McCabe, and Norwell takes their 2nd timeout to try to conserve a little time as the clock continues to run. I think maybe there might be some time added back on. In any case, it is Norwell's 2nd timeout. Cleaning One Incorporated is your cleaning specialist. Commercial, home or office, windows, strip and wax, floors, sanitize your facilities, carpets, and so much more. Send Rob or Bob a message at office1cleaning@yahoo.com. This is a low percentage conversion rate here for Columbia City. Norwell defensively is giving up 28% on 3rd down this year. That is a stingy percentage and towards the top in program history.
And if you're Columbia City here, you might be thinking, that they haven't thrown the ball particularly well here tonight. If I'm Columbia City, I'm probably running the ball again, forcing Norwell to take another timeout and take their final timeout rather than running.
Yeah, and to your point, Colin, about Columbia City's pass game, with that formation, it's predictable what routes you're going to run. There's really nowhere for your receivers to run that tight. You're running to the corner, or you're running an A route or a post route. There's really nothing crazy you can do with that formation pass-wise.
Now, I would say out of this is a great formation to run a crossing, 2 crossers out, maybe run each other off. But the thing is, they haven't had enough time to run that because the crossing routes take too long to develop, and Columbia City hasn't had a lot of time when they've dropped back to pass tonight.
We're down at about 13, maybe 14 for the Eagles here. I don't know how many passes they've completed in this first half. Maybe one?
I can't remember any.
How much? Well, they're trying to relay up the hand signals here. And thanks for being the liaison. We're adding a whopping 4 seconds onto the clock. Draw that. Why couldn't that be taken care of during the timeout? That's what I'm having a hard time believing. Well, in any case, yeah, we're looking at it from a really long ways away. All right, Bolt to his left. Bolin chasing him. Bolt's out of a jam for now. Floats it to the sideline. Incomplete. Looking for Hunter Heron, who ran out of room. And that's a 3 and out, and a big one at that. Norwell forces the punt.
And Coach Gerber might want to write a thank you letter after that because they weren't forced to take their last time out. Columbia City hasn't punted the ball great tonight. So you're probably looking at pretty good field position again. If you're Norwell, you still got a timeout left. And if you're Norwell, you've really thrown the ball all right tonight.
Right.
And the few times that they have. So if you're Norwell, you could be looking going up 30-7 here, or at the very least with a good kicker in De Leon, getting at least another field goal.
Yeah, and now a field goal does do you good because it puts you up 3 scores for sure. You're up 16. You feel pretty comfortable in that situation, but it does leave that possibility out there. Klufker will punt inside his own 10, and it's a little bit of a high snap. There's the boot. That's a booming kick back to the 36-yard line where Cohen Bailey will return it and scoot his way out of bounds across the 45. But plenty of time here for Norwell. Minute 53 and a timeout. And Norwell's got a chance to add more points to its lead.
This would be a great time for Norwell to maybe come out in different formations where you're spreading it out a little bit. Give passing looks, and you still have enough time to run the ball, quite frankly, especially since whenever you get a first down, the clock stops. So you don't have to totally abandon the run here if you're Norwell.
It will be interesting to see how Norwell manages this drive. This is not an offense built for the 2-minute drill.
And what a great dress rehearsal this will be for the playoffs.
Exactly. And you know what? They had a really good one at DeKalb.
Right.
Thinking back, and granted, DeKalb is way down on the totem pole. In fact, you can make an argument they're the worst team in the conference. They lost to Belmont last week. Bailey looks to throw on first down. Bailey will air it out. It's a dead duck, and Shelton makes a nice defensive play on offense to knock that thing away. He had no chance of catching that. It was severely underthrown. Second down.
I do like the design there from Norwell. They ran a little post wheel, and Cade Shelton just got out in front of his defender, and a good throw there. You lead him, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, and it looked like just kind of slipped out of his hands. It is still wet out here tonight. It's not raining right now, and it hasn't during the game.
That's a pretty long throw too, because you're on the near side of the field throwing a wheel route to the far side.
Remember, Norwell only threw it 3 times last week. Delayed handoff. I think the idea is there, but the execution was not.
Well, the thing I didn't understand was they pulled Bolin, so you're losing a block. They have a defensive lineman over there that's getting unblocked now, and then you hand that off late. You're just banking on that guy not reading it, and that guy read it, and now you're just putting yourself behind. The clock is still running. You've wasted a lot of time with that right now.
You surprised Columbia City not using timeouts?
No, I'm not surprised. I think they're ready for this half to be over.
It will be Eagle football coming out of the break. 3rd and 11 here for Bailey in the offense. Bailey scrambling. And a sliding attempt given, but incomplete. Cohen Bailey, his brother, tried to scoop it up before it hit the turf. And that's a disappointing 3 and out for the Knights. And it gives Columbia City the ball back with less than a minute left.
Yeah, I think that second play just kind of took them out. They had a good play call on first down. They had the wheel route. He was open. Good throw, probably scores a touchdown if you lead them, or at least a big long catch. But then that second play just kind of put them behind the sticks, put them where they're not comfortable, and they had to get too much there on 3rd down.
You wouldn't think about running a fake here, would you?
No. You got a big enough lead. Don't give Columbia City any momentum.
Brody Bolin. It's not a shanked kick, but it was a high kick. He just Yankee doodled it to the left, and it will be, oh man, 36-yard line is where it'll be marked off. That's a 17-yard punt. It's a guy that's in Bolin that's averaging a huge number. You think back to the opener down at Knightstown against Jennings County, it's a guy who's got distance of 50-plus pretty easily in his arsenal, averaging 40. Nowhere close to it there. The punting has been less than impressive for both sides here tonight.
Yeah, now, you're giving them a chance. They got 3 timeouts. You're giving them a chance if they can get something going here.
All the timeouts available for Columbia City. Good protection for Bull. Bull airs it out again, and pass interference. Klein Neuenschwander on the coverage against Fuller, and that's a free 15. I'm surprised, and we kind of talked about it, and this is the way the Eagle offense kind of operates a little bit. A lot of shots down the field where you've got 51 seconds, you've got 3 timeouts. Maybe not completely necessary to take that shot, although they do get the benefit of the PI there.
Right. And we're not saying just throw a bunch of short dump offs West Coast. You can run some intermediate routes because he had good protection on that play.
44 seconds left in the first half. 3 timeouts, clock stopped, and now it's on the move on first down. Bolt throws it, and it's underthrown. Hunter Heron slides halfway across the turf, and it's second down.
That was a dangerous play call. That was a very dangerous. They ran a levels concept there on the top of the I guess your screen, and they had about 2 or 3 guys running out routes.
And if you pick it, it's over.
Yeah, different levels. If that gets jumped, that ball's going the other way.
Yeah, Columbia City really spreading it out here. They got away from their conventional formation here, spreading receivers out there to the top of your screen.
Oh, Bodenheimer blows up the block, and that's thrown into no man's land. And Bold is trying to direct traffic now to his receivers. It's very obvious that this is an Eagle team that's much more comfortable in their regular style setup. But it is nevertheless 3rd down here with 34 seconds, spreading it out in the last drive probably of the first half. We've really limped to the end of the first half. It had a nice pace to it. A lot of incompletions here for both sides. Heron. Ringer got through in the backfield, and he gummed it up enough where the Knights could make a play, and Neuenschwander throws him down, and I'm guessing that'll take us to the half. The Knights could use their final timeout, but I doubt they will.
I know you wanted to start with a nice bad clean airline of the Eagles. 4 for 13.
Gonna let this thing tick away to the half. And I think all in all, fellas, you could chalk that up to be a pretty successful first half for Norwell. We'll take a 23-7 lead to the break. We'll take a timeout ourselves. We'll come back with halftime stats and scores on WellsCountyVoice.com.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever home.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
Kathy Peterson of the Steffen Group is part of a select group of real estate and auction professionals that are changing the game of how real estate and auction transactions are handled. With a strong background in customer service, Kathy believes helping people is the most precious gift she can give and is committed to being a partner with her clients through the entire transaction. Contact Kathy Peterson at the Steffen Group at 824-6353 or drop her a message at Kathy, Cathie.Peterson at SteffenGRP.com.
Do you have the power to move your career? AAM's Bluffton manufacturing facility is quickly growing and looking for machine operators, assembly workers, and more to join them as they deliver power to move the world. Opportunities offer competitive wages, full benefits package, shift premiums, immediate paid time off, 11 paid holidays, and endless opportunities for growth and development. At AAM Bluffton manufacturing facility, the power starts with our people. Apply today. www.aam.com/Bluffton or call 260-824-6870. That's 824-6870 for more information.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. A professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Back here at Columbia City on our halftime show here on The Voice. Norwell on top of the Eagles 23-7. It was an all-around pretty productive first half, I think, for the Knights. They certainly looked much more in tune. Yeah, had to struggle through a couple of things on their first couple drives, but back to kind of what we like to see them do offensively. Now, granted, the 23-7 score is a little bit deceiving. Obviously, the defensive touchdown, the special teams touchdown, both in the second quarter, Alex, were big and vital to Norwell's lead.
Yeah, you take away those two quick scores by the Knights. I mean, it's still a better performance than they had last week and the week before in the first half, respectively. The Knights have had problems in the first couple of drives, but they did a really good job tonight of stopping that early, getting back to their feet. The defense has helped a lot in those early struggles offensively for the Knights. And, yeah, Knights been able to move the ball really, really well, running the ball. Have shown they could pass it a little bit, too. We saw the pot pass come back to Bodenheimer on the big play that set up the touchdown down here to our left. All in all, good half for the Knights.
So, basically, the huge news out of DeKalb tonight is Leo's leading DeKalb 6-0 at halftime. It's a mud bowl. The field's in horrible shape. We were looking at some pictures at halftime. What that does is it keeps Norwell in the race here and a chance to hit a conference crown. It's an outside shot. We knew it would be. Leo has not really threatened to lose any games in the regular season other than East Noble, who pushed him to the brink, and Leo won on the road. But that's a massive score, and I know they're not scoreboard watching in the locker room, but we are.
Right.
And it certainly spices up this second half even that much more. We thought, in reality, this is a game where you try some things out, prep yourself for sectional because you don't have a shot at the crown, but you do. The weather here tonight has made a much bigger impact in Waterloo than it did here. And that certainly gives Norwell all the more reason to give everything here in this second half and a chance at a win.
Yeah, and if you're Norwell, you came in with a game plan. You stick to the game plan. You continue to get better, and use this week as kind of a filler week here before you get into sectionals. Tune up a couple of new things you want to put in before sectionals, and continue to roll here at Columbia City. But we've seen it plenty of times, even at the courtyard before we had turf, before Norwell got turf. Plenty of mud bowls that even the playing field against some pretty good teams.
Yep.
And if you go back a few years, when the NHC was still around, Belmont got Homestead over there in the mud bowl.
That's right.
Plenty of years ago now. So it can level the playing field for some powerhouse teams to get silenced.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And I tell you, that's a game where I don't think there's any chance DeKalb is scoring any points in that game. That's a passing offense. We saw it in action a couple of weeks ago. They have to throw the ball to be effective. They do not have an effective run game. So I think, Leo could win that game 6-0 pretty easily and feel comfortable in doing so. You're not going to get a big play on a night like that either because you're slipping down But it really does bring back some memories, and the turf makes a huge difference. Columbia City had always had a fairly good and well-groomed field when they were on grass when the school was downtown. So that might not have been the case here tonight, but turf negates any potential issues that we would have had, as it has not rained during the game here tonight. 23-7 Knights at the break.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank, member FDIC.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on October 30th and pay $30 for the entire month. If you wait to the 31st, you pay $31. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA, now through October 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells County. Some restrictions apply.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice. Securities and insurance offered through Thurston Springer Financial, a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA and SIPC, and Indiana Insurance Agency. Tim Steffen is a registered associate of Thurston Springer Financial and is doing business as Steffen Financial Group. Tim Steffen and Steffen Financial Group are independent of Thurston Springer Financial.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Good evening, football fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, my job is to help our clients plan for and adjust to the unexpected in life. That may be a change in employment status, a change in the tax code, or rising inflation. At Shelton Financial, our process, called the One Life Formula, is designed to help you work through the questions, concerns, and unexpected that may happen in your life. To schedule a time to discuss with us, please call our office at 260-436-7006 or visit our website at sheltonfinancial.com. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
All right, back here at Columbia City, it's 23-7. Norwell on top of the Eagles at the break. Those halftime scores and everything will obviously be keeping you updated. We're keeping a close eye on Leo and DeKalb, who is ahead of this game, so that's good for the reasons that that game is likely to finish before this one. Leo's a straight running team. They've played more games than they have attempted passes on the season, so they're going to keep the clock moving, and I got to imagine they have dominated ball control in that game, but that's just a guess. Norwell will kick it off here. It looks like it's De Leon again. That's kind of an interesting change from what they've done. I don't know what the thought process is behind that. We're still waiting on the clock, so we can't kick this thing off yet. But it's interesting to see the thought process behind why De Leon and not Graff, because neither one of them have had problems keeping it in bounds or something like that. Well, they tried to kick it off, and we still got the clock running down.
Yeah, but to your point, as far as Graff versus De Leon, maybe they saw something of, lefty kicker can get it to a certain sideline versus a righty kicker. I don't know. I'm sure Coach Grish, special teams coach there for Norwell, has seen something on film that he likes De Leon in a certain situation, like Scrafton in another situation.
Well, it's been a steady dose of De Leon tonight, and this one drifting to the goal line, and that's a touchback. First touchback that's happened in several weeks in kickoffs for the Knights. The City will start once again with just average field position back at their own 20-yard line. All right, Colin, what's key for Norwell here to extend the lead and keep the status quo? Because if you're just looking at offensive touchdowns, this game's even in that category. It's a defensive score and a special teams touchdown the difference here to this point.
You got to force them behind the sticks. They've proven themselves not to be a great throwing team, at least not against Norwell tonight. So I'd force them to get behind the sticks, get them into a situation they don't want to be in.
Sievers. Stuart McCabe tripping him up after a gain of 4.
Important to note the Knights are without senior linebacker Blake Hayfley for the rest of the night, we assume. So we'll see how Columbia City attacks them going forward with that.
They come out with 2 runs, guys, and it makes it another potential running down on 3rd down and 2. Again, this is not necessarily Columbia City's MO. They like to open things up, especially when they're behind for a fast-moving offense. I don't know if they're going to get the yardage on a sneak. Bolt falls forward. That big 6'5" frame is enough for the first down. Surprised to see the sneak that time from 2 yards out, but they're confident in their ability to get the yardage, and they did.
Yeah, and Bolt got a nice little assist there from maybe his fullback there behind him. Gave him a good old shove.
Here's a penalty marker. I'm thinking they're going to give Norwell a timeout. And Josh Gerber, it was going to be a legal substitution, I believe, on the Knights, and so they have to burn one here early in the second half. Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Our professionals specialize in rehabilitation due to injury, surgery, stroke, disease, or other condition. They'll customize a plan just for you. For more information on IPT or to schedule an appointment, visit indianapt.com. And Nathan with Shelton Financial Group has a goal to build long-lasting, deep personal connections with his clients. Visit their new location on the north side of Ossian in the old bank building, Shelton Financial Group. 54 seconds into the 3rd quarter. Timeout already burned by the Knights, but good one to save a penalty. And they mean less when you're ahead, and that's really the key. Columbia City with 3 plays on this drive to get the 10 yards that they needed. And it will be very intriguing to see how the Eagles manage offensively, at least approach-wise, this 3rd quarter, as Norwell's defense really forced them into a lot of uncomfortable situations, especially in the second half of the first half, mainly the 2nd quarter. Sievers again on 1st down, taken down by Colpatrick.
Yeah, and to your point, Columbia City has gotten good push on offense against this Knights defense at times. So to your point, it will be interesting to see how they attack going forward, being down 23-7 here as the 3rd quarter will tick with 10:40 left. Just to see how the Knights kind of bounce back here and try to see if they can stop the Eagles.
Barrera could have been tackled behind the line, but a missed effort by Drew Ringer brings up 3rd down.
I really hope there's a Norwell. Is it working?
I think.
I can't hear
it. Well, we can hear.
What I was going to say is I really hope there's a Norwell coach who is alerting the players on the field, because every time they line up that tight wide receiver to the field, they're running that jet sweep.
No 1st down on this play. They gave it to Sievers again, I think. And Luke Graff getting the stop a yard shy of the line to gain at the 39-yard line. 4th and 1, and Columbia City already looking to go for it. They run a sneak. Bolt has a 1st down. Needed a yard, got a 1.5 yards. And it's enough to keep this first drive of the second half alive for Columbia City.
And with Bolt's size and physicality, it's hard, as especially a 3 front that Norwell runs, to really stop a QB run like that right in the A gap. And even if he bounces over and gets an extra shove, it's so hard to push him back a yard there.
I tell you what, though, Alex, they have really had to work to get these first 2 first downs. Here's a better run on 1st down. An explosion for 5, a little mini burst out to the 46-yard line. A heavy dose of Sievers to start this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and good pace here by Columbia City, trying to keep the Knights defense on their heels, and it's continuing to work here. Knights not having good reads here on defense, on the ball.
Bolt on a designed run. Brody Bolin smashes him to the turf at the 43-yard line. A loss of 3. Brody Bolin gets another TFL on the year. You can chalk that one up as his 8th to lead all nights, and it forces Columbia City once again into a 3rd and long.
Yeah, Bolt's run there strung out along towards the sideline, and Brody Bolin comes right down the line, and Bolt runs right into his arms.
3rd down, we'll call it 8 for the Eagles. Couple guys in motion at the snap. And Heron falling forward at the 49. I think that could have been a penalty. Looked like Heron got an early start from that slot position. Looked like 2 guys in motion. 4th and 2. Looks like Columbia City's content to keep the offense on once again here, feeling that this is a time that they need to go for it. They just had to work every single series so far.
Yeah, and they're going to take a little bit more time here to get the correct play they want here to get these 2 yards.
Brett Fox, 35 and 45. 8th year here at Columbia City as the head man. And it's a false start, and Greg Bolt is frustrated with his offensive lineman. That was Cole Mosier, the left tackle, jumping offside, or jumping into the neutral zone, rather. And now they'll be forced to punt. Man, that's a drive killer, and a penalty looms large here for the Eagles.
Yeah, plenty of penalties here in this game. And that one right there is a backbreaker for this Columbia City offense, which has worked pretty hard to get to the point where they're at, to your point. And now the drive stalls out because of a penalty.
Light pressure applied on this punt. Floating kick, bounces at the 30, returned by Bailey, who made a nice read on that and jolted forward to the 34-yard line. Give him a return of about 9 yards, and Norwell will set up shop there. Well, Barclay Builders has been building residential and commercial properties since 1981. They take pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. Let Barclay Builders get started on building your Barclay Built Forever home, and give them a call at 260-622-7674. 1st and 10 for the Knights on the 34-yard line. Opening drive for Norwell in the second half. Leading 23-7. Bailey looking to throw on 1st down. He will zing one over the middle to Neuenschwander, who catches it on the run in space and is down to the 42-yard line. A pitch and catch for the Knights. Outstanding play. 24 yards on the hookup.
Yeah, we didn't know how much Norwell was going to pass here, especially in the second half, being up by so many going into the locker room. But, you know, Coach Gerber has obviously seen something on film he likes, a matchup, and Klein Neuenschwander has been in the right place at the right time all night tonight with his huge touchdown catch earlier in the game.
Colbert's wrapped up after a gain of 1. And that was really good to see Norwell mix up the play calling coming out of halftime. And the first play, they run a pass, which they just almost never do. If you looked at percentages, the number of times Norwell's thrown it on 1st down this year, it's got to be less than 5%. It's just not something that they're accustomed to doing, but they did it, and it succeeded well, and now they go back to the run on 1st down at the 40-yard line. Colbert and Graft both in the backfield. Bailey to throw again. Good protection. Dumps it off to Graft. Graft out of a tackle. Graft down the sideline, running inside the 10 for a touchdown. 40 yards, but we've got a penalty marker down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a block in the back. And this will bring the touchdown back. Somebody's not very happy. It should result in a 1st down, though, for Norwell. Would have been a 40-yard pitch and catch there to Luke Graft. Penalty will be enforced from the 17. It'll back him up to the 27. So it's still a 1st down for Norwell. You got to like that. I mean, Graft was pretty much swallowed up 4 or 5 yards into that play, and his strength gave him the ability to step out of that and then zoom down the sideline, stay in bounds, and would have had a touchdown had it not been for the block in the back.
Yeah, something Leighton Bailey's gotten a lot better at is dumping it off to his running backs out there in a swing pattern when you don't have anything down the field. And when you have John Colbert and Luke Graff back there, you know, they can create plays with just a little swing pass.
Neuenschwander on the near side. Toss to Graft. And he is stood up at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Initial contact made by Dominic Chacon, the Mike linebacker.
You know, I don't mind the play call, but I mind them running it into the boundary right there. They had just no room. They had no room to run the ball there, and you're just running into defenders. Run that to the field. It just gives you so much more room to be able to break a run. He just showed you his ability to make someone miss or run someone over.
Sometimes you don't mind, and sometimes you mind. Graft, not a lot there. You mind analytics, but you don't mind stats.
I don't mind. I worded that wrong.
Oh,
I don't like.
So now
I don't
we're backtracking.
Here. I don't like analytics influencing. Like if you go for it on fourth down, there's
you
a
like
feel,
stats to do that.
There's a feel to a game. You know what I mean? Like you have to read a game. No, you have to read momentum, stuff like that.
Momentum's a very measurable concept, Colin.
It's not analytical though.
3rd and 7. Fakes it to Bodenheimer, gives it to Graft instead. Graft to the edge, still on his feet. Man, he's driving forward to the 20-yard line and shoved out of bounds, and he's not that far from a first down. Man, that looked like it was going to be a stop for minimal gain, and they'll mark him out at the 19. It's 4th and 2, and they will bring De Leon on again.
Yeah, very slow developing play there for the Knights. A lot of movement there in the backfield, and again, the ability for these Norwell running backs to create plays with their feet and their physicality is just something that is hard to match up against.
This is a 36-yard try for De Leon. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick has plenty of distance, but he missed it wide to the left. Second missed kick here tonight for Austin De Leon. Both of them have been to the left, and Norwell comes up empty once again. So Norwell will give it back on the 20-yard line. Columbia City will set up shop there. It's, again, disappointing to not come away with any points there. Norwell, the last couple of weeks, has left some serious points on the board. You know, it was a much bigger issue last week against Huntington North, winning 17-7. But you know, that's the way it's gone for Norwell the last couple of weeks. Pardon me. This game seems to be just kind of happening right now.
Right.
What the problem with that is for Columbia City is they haven't been able to generate any serious momentum here in this third quarter, and they have to find a spark soon.
Yeah, Norwell with a good drive there, just kind of fizzling out after a missed field goal. Wouldn't necessarily go away from De Leon. You're going to probably need him in the postseason at some point to make a big kick, so it wouldn't go away from him. But Columbia City is really, to your point earlier in the half here, really laboring to even move the chains here.
And it brings up a 3rd and 1 after the run there.
And if you have to labor so hard to move the chains, it's hard to string that together.
Yep.
You need a few big plays within a drive to be able to score touchdowns.
4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, the only way Columbia City is getting big plays if Norwell's defense becomes undisciplined.
Bolt will hand it off to Sievers, who has a first down. Neuenschwander upends him at the 35. Needed 1, got 6.
Yeah, and that's a play. If the outside linebacker can't force that back towards the middle, you need your corner there on the edge to make a play, and Klein Neuenschwander able to do that there. Nonetheless, first down, Columbia City.
Clock continues to be on the move. Here deep in this third quarter, Bodenheimer making a play there, dragging down the running back. I think it was Abe Barrera that got the carry there for Columbia City. They work in so many different guys. Sievers has been the featured back this year, 107 yards a game.
But you see, we were talking about how you need a big play, and the reason you need a big play is because you're going to have plays like that get you behind the sticks. And if you're just getting 3 or 4 yards every time, you're not going to be able to pick these up now.
Bolt has time, throws it over the middle, bobbled and incomplete. This is pass interference on Neuenschwander. So Neuenschwander had Fuller locked up before he broke on that football. And they'll fix the spot. This will give Columbia City a first down. Second time he's been called for PI tonight. Norwell really hasn't had a problem with that, partly because nobody throws the football in the Northeast State. but that's the second time he's been banged for that.
We'll see how Columbia City uses this 15-yard penalty to spark an offense, or if they'll still have to grind it out here, keep moving the ball.
Sievers. And he is met by Neuenschwander at the 48. I'll be interested to watch that one on film again. There's been a lot of hand fighting. Both the back judge and the line judge called it. So pretty certain that there was some serious contact there. Just kind of hard to see from our angle. Bolt keeps it on second down, and he has a first down and much more. Shoestring grab made by Trace Mosier, the backup safety, at the 33-yard line. A gain of 15.
Yeah, there's kind of your big run. There to move the chains in a big way, and a good QB keeper there by Bolt on the option. Columbia City needs a couple more of those to spark this drive into points.
Bolt again. Leans past the 30 to the 29. And time just kind of bleeding away, though, and it is 23-7. Obviously, now at this point, it's deep enough in the game that if Columbia City does get into the end zone, they'll definitely be going for two. Ooh, there's a bad handoff, a bad transfer, and Sievers got blown up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's almost at this point where Bolt's almost trying to do everything by himself. Kind of feeling a little desperate time for Columbia City. Again, senior night, senior quarterback. He's going to want to try to do everything he can to get his team back in the game.
And Bodenheimer jumped to give Columbia City a first down. That's a tough one. You can maybe think about the pass interference and maybe excuse that one. That's a tough one for the Norwell defense.
Yeah, that's a free chain mover there from the Knights, and Columbia City now can kind of set themselves up to, whatever sequence they want to try to get in the end zone here. I would like Columbia City to take a shot here in the end zone. You got a good quarterback. Hasn't really had a ton of options to pass to in this game, but
a sneak? What? 3 yards on first down, but they're getting the push. It's the same as a carry.
Yeah, again, 3-4 yards carry, really grinding this thing out, getting closer and closer to this end zone.
They've been very successful on the sneak tonight.
Yeah,
and part of that's the power of Bolt himself behind that line.
Absolutely, yeah. His length and physicality, the ability to just lower his shoulder and get 2 yards right away.
6'5", 220, hands it off this time. And Sievers is dropped for a loss by Trey Bodenheimer. And he makes up for that penalty right there.
Yeah, absolutely. He shot out of the line there like a cannon. Don't know if he was even touched. Met the ball carrier almost as soon as he got the ball.
All right, big 3rd down and 9. We're past field goal time, although this is field goal range for Kleffiker, who has an outstanding leg for the Eagles. He's made 8 field goals on the year. Here comes 3rd and 9 from the Norwell 22-yard line. Bolt outside the pocket, wrapped up, and does not have much room to maneuver. Stuart McCabe on his legs, Cole Patrick up top, and they'll credit him for, they'll actually charge him with a loss of a yard. 4th and 10, but Columbia City's handcuffed here. They'll have to go for it. They will have the quarter break to think about it, and they'll flip sides of the field. A 4th and 10 upcoming on the other side when we return. Norwell holding serve up 23-7 after 3.
We're here at Craigville Appliance celebrating the boys of fall. We love football season at Craigville Appliance. But with that being said, we know that sometimes it's a rainy, muddy day and you got to do the laundry when you get home. We know laundry stinks, but at Craigville Appliance, we've got the tools to take care of you. Come to Craigville Appliance or tell your friends to come over. We got brands like LG, Speed Queen, Maytag, Electrolux. The list goes on and on. Come to Craigville Appliance or check us out online at cappliance.com. That's C as in cat, appliance.com.
Thunder and lightning, rock and roll, even peanut butter and jelly. There are some things in this world that just naturally seem to go together. At Farmers and Merchant State Bank, it's you and us. That's why at F&M, we're always ready to partner with you on all your financial needs, from checking and savings to auto loans and more. Now that's pretty black and white. Farmers and Merchants, you and us. Learn more at fm.bank. Member FDIC.
An update on the game we're watching here, somewhat watching at least. Leo now on top of DeKalb, 14-0 late. It's going to be hard for DeKalb to come back in those conditions. And so it does appear that no matter what happens here tonight, Norwell's going to come up a game short in the Northeast 8. It's going to pan out, the top two at least are going to pan out exactly like they did last year. Leo undefeated and Norwell with one loss. Certainly nothing to be ashamed of. 4th down and 10 here to start this fourth quarter for Columbia City. This is a make or break down right here for the Eagles. They're in their normal formation. They don't spread it out. Bolt will leak out, and he gets dropped. Big sack on the play. Drew Ringer back at the 30, and now a unsportsmanlike after that. Norwell will keep the ball. It'll back him up inside the 15-yard line, but Drew Ringer gets the big sack for the Knights to end the drive.
Yeah, Ringer blitzing off the edge there, and the Columbia City running back trying to leak out there to the flats. He would have been a lot better off giving Ringer a little chip there on his way to the route, giving Bolt a little bit more time. Nonetheless, Knights a huge sack, and they'll retain possession.
And it was on Columbia City, guys, so that was after the play, and it'll actually vastly improve Norwell's field position out to the 45-yard line.
And I wonder if that one wasn't on Bolt there. I see a couple coaches there on the sideline going and giving him a stern talking to. So,
well, unfortunately for Bolt, he had no chance to make a play there as he just got cut down right after the snap. You saw Ringer blitz, and he got him in the backfield for a loss, a sack to end the drive. And now Norwell's sitting pretty again. And Bailey's going to throw. He checks it down to Graft on what was a bullet pass and had to be stretched out, kept in bounds near the sideline. Graft gets one.
I'm a little surprised that they're passing there. I mean, it's okay. You know, you're trying to catch him off guard a little bit, and he checked it down for the completion, kept the clock rolling. That's a mature play. But at the same time, I was a little surprised they're throwing it there. If they play this right, they could only give Columbia City one more possession if they chew up enough time here.
You know, I tell you, it's the improvement by Leighton Bailey and the maturity over the course of the season has really been fun to watch. This is a kid that's grown a lot and stepped into a situation where it's a program led by Eli Riley for pretty much all 4 years of his varsity career. He did that. He was the safety. He was the kicker. It's hard to replace a guy like that who was an outstanding three-sport athlete like Riley and had a good arm and found this offense and rhythm, led them to a big year last year, and the season coming to an end in the sectional title game, 10 wins last year for the Knights. But Bailey's done a marvelous job understanding the role, and they've crafted the offense nicely around him. They've leaned on the run much more this year than last. Bailey on 3rd and 7. Big drop. Stands in the pocket, checks it down, dumps it to Graft, who will have the first down yardage. And there's a blindside block that will take away the first down. This will certainly come back. And the Eagle who took that hit is pretty shaken up. I think it might be Martin Smith, the starting safety. So I don't know what we could be discussing here. It's a blindside block. That's pretty clear. This is going to take away the first down. I think you could maybe be talking about an ejection. It's a pretty clear hit, unless it was up high, and maybe I'm missing the up high part. If that's the case, then you do have a case for an ejection. But if it's just your run-of-the-mill blindside block, then nothing else would happen here. Well, our white hat is Austin Alt tonight. So it is a blindside block. Backs him up to 40. No sign of anything else. Unfortunately for Norwell, it takes away a first down, it takes away a first down, and once again, that one was an unnecessary penalty. He already had the first down, and there was really no reason to do that. And I didn't ID a number on that, but regardless, the penalty you can't afford in a situation like this, especially when you're trying to put this game on ice.
Yeah, I believe it was Bodenheimer coming back to the ball there. blew that kid up. Bodenheimer's kid that just kind of flies around the football field, and he gets a lot of those penalties.
Bailey's going to again check it down. Graft out of a tackle with a burst of speed. Stays in bounds at the 44-yard line. And, well, you know, it would definitely not be the first time. But these two squads are getting a little bit chippy on both ends. You start to see some things go back and forth. It's used to have and carry with it a very strong rivalry. Norwell's going for its first back-to-back regular season victories over Columbia City since 2008 and 2009. And it's well in control right now, but Columbia City gets the stop they need to keep this game alive.
And that's something you really don't want to see from either team going into sectionals next week. You don't want to see any players ejected in the fourth quarter, because doesn't that mean they miss the game next week if they were to get ejected?
Yes.
I can never remember if it's a full game or
yes.
half.
Well, it depends on when you get tossed. This will bounce out of bounds at the 20. Nice effort by Stuart McCabe, but rather unnecessary. Farmers and Merchant State Bank, located in Bluffton and Ossian. From checking and savings accounts to home loans, personal loans, commercial and agricultural services, stop in and see how they can meet your financial need. At F&M, it's always about you and us. F&M, member FDIC. Columbia City takes over on their own 20-yard line after a punt of 40. Leighton Bailey shoving the ball carrier Abe Barrera out of bounds.
You know, the one thing that's going to be tough for Columbia City if they want to, get back in this game, give themselves a chance, is they've got to find a way to throw the ball. We're getting down to the end of the game. They got to start picking up some chunk plays, and I don't think that's going to come on the ground.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to do that here soon. And Bolt on a keeper. And now it's third down. Colin, we were talking at halftime. We were trying to figure out if Columbia City has a completed pass tonight.
I don't know that they do, and if they do,
they still don't, right? They still don't.
Yeah, I mean, they've completed one to Trey Bodenheimer, but that's about it.
No, that's fake news. It was Hayfley on the pick. Bodenheimer got the fumble.
Oh, that's right. Got it backwards.
Well, that's okay. You don't believe in analytics anyway. Third down and 3. Uh-oh, ball on the ground. Bolt picks it up, and he will run for a first down. Busted play for Greg Bolt in the Columbia City offense, and they get bailed out. Very fortunate to keep this drive alive.
I don't understand the hate I get for not being a fan of analytics.
So he's still thinking about it.
Just giving our viewers a look into what happened before the game.
Talking about the Colts coming up here.
I don't think that's what he was referencing. Uh-oh. I think that was Bolt again on a keeper. Leighton Bailey brought him down at the 49-yard line. 12 yards on the first down chug for Greg Bolt, who has kind of tried to take over this game, kind of to your point, Alex, in this second half. It's really been Bolt and more Bolt here for Columbia City.
Yeah, here in the fourth quarter with a crooked scoreboard, he's playing a little extra piss and vinegar right now.
Heron got a couple. They tried to stretch some stuff out here tonight, and Heron has had intermittent success on the sweep plays. Second and a long 8. Bolt on a designed run, and he gets the edge. Drives to the second level inside the 40. Lots of nights it takes to bring down Bolt at the 36-yard line, and all of a sudden he's starting to rip off runs of 12. 7.5 to go, and Columbia City will catch a breath on offense before they get back into motion. Like Heron needed a shoe tie. It's first and 10 on the 36. Bolt has protection. Fires. Incomplete. Looking for the freshman Fuller.
Good defense there by Klein Neuenschwander, coming in right at the right moment. Columbia City receiver with his arm stretched out there to get the ball in front. Klein with a nice timed chop across the arms to break that pass up. Textbook coverage there by the 8-1 in white. Good throw there by Bolt, though. Really pretty ball.
Neuenschwander's been up and down in coverage tonight. He's stopped everything, but he's been penalized twice for PI. It was a counter run for Abe Barrera once again.
Boy, that clock just seems to be ticking pretty fast now, doesn't it?
Because they've run it every down. And now you're in a situation where Norwell just needs 3 or 4 first downs to put this game away.
Columbia City and you score here, you might have to think about an onside kick, at least give it a little bit of thought.
Right. And that is Sievers swallowed up in the backfield. And that was Drew Ringer and Stuart McCabe teaming up on that one. Back at the 34-yard line. And that forces CC into a 4th and 8. Norwell last week defensively allowed 5 for 6 on 4th down. Huntington North was very efficient in that situation. And Columbia City is going to use a timeout here with 6:16 to go in the contest. Are you looking to buy or sell in Wells County? Work with an experienced full-time agent. Bev Grish would love to guide you through the process with her 24 years of local experience. Bev sells Wells. Call 466-1822. And Ossian Assisted Living is a place to live independent, secure, and stress-free with all the assistance, nursing, and rehabilitation services you need, provided by a team just like family. Ossian Assisted Living. Thanks again to all of our excellent sponsors here for keeping these broadcasts free. And it'll be 4th and 9 on this side of the timeout for Columbia City. This is, I said last time it was a make or break. This one is definitely a make or break. If they don't get a first down here, the game's pretty much over.
Yeah, and again, in their normal formation, in that little wing T there, there's not a lot of passing options in that. So I look at Columbia City to spread it out here and try to drive the ball down the field. Multiple receivers going deep, post route, go routes, and then maybe an out route towards the sideline.
Nobody has scored in the second half. It's not the first time we've seen that. Hey, by the way, Columbia City kept a very good stat alive. They've only given up 7 points in the third quarter all season long. And that continues here tonight, shutting out Norwell. Bolt in a pass, and he escapes a collapsing pocket and charges forward for a first down. Norwell had him stopped. 4 guys got good pressure on him. It looked like Bolt was going to be dead to rights again. And he manages to make a play on his feet, and he scampers to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, what a elusive play there by the 4 in black. Avoiding a collapsing pocket is an understatement there, and able to make a play.
Sievers for a couple down to the 10. Yeah, I think collapsing was a bit of an understatement. It looked like he had no chance again. It's not the first time we've said that tonight.
And when you're Norwell, you go into film tomorrow, watch that play, and D-line kind of just sinks down a little bit.
I'm a little surprised they're huddling.
You've got to play with some pace here. Again, unless you're going to try an onside kick, I guess. But then if you don't get it, you put yourself out of the game. Bold on a sneak.
If you're Norwell, you're okay with that right there.
Yes.
I mean you got to be playing for the touchdown if you're Columbia City right now.
Absolutely.
You got to be scoring quick, too.
I have been surprised by the way this drive has been managed. It's been a good drive for Columbia City. It's just taken way too much time at this point in the game. Bold on the move, flips it out, and it's completed to Heron, and a face mask will give Columbia City a first down. Boy, there have been some real issues on this drive. Norwell's had some penalty problems tonight. It's been, I would venture to say, one of their most penalized games of the year.
Yeah, and this keeps Columbia City in the game just a little bit. Again, time ticking away fast here for the Eagles. Comeback chance nonetheless. A good timeout here by Norwell.
They're going to try to collect themselves, and we'll collect ourselves as we take a 30-second break.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Under 5 to go, a 16-point Norwell lead. Columbia City has their back against the wall, but they're keeping themselves alive thanks to some penalties. I misspoke before the break. They're inside the 6 on that play, so it was a half the distance penalty, which will put Columbia City at a 3rd down and short. So it's not a fresh set of downs just yet. It was not a personal foul. It was the 5-yard variety. Regardless, it's the 5-yard not personal foul penalty there. 3rd down, less than a yard to go here for the Eagles. Three in the backfield for Columbia City. Handoff to the pylon. Touchdown, Columbia City. Josh Arntz around the edge. His 4th touchdown of the year. They use him a lot in situations like that, and he keeps Columbia City in it. Now a 2-point conversion away from a 1-score game.
Yeah, and a little Leo looking formation there with kind of full house in the backfield. Kind of ran it right to the edge there.
Couple of fireworks sound for Columbia City, but really all that work could go to waste here if they're unable to get into the end zone for a 2-point conversion.
Took a minute there to spot the ball.
Doesn't change on a 2-point conversion, does it?
No.
They spread it out. Bolt on a drag, incomplete. Hunter Heron was the intended man. And that is a huge, huge play. It keeps it a 10-point game. So now, well, the thing that it does do is, I guess, it still sets up Columbia City in a situation where they get there, they do have a good field goal kicker. At the end of the day, you're still down 2 scores. And I think you got to go onside here.
And they have 2 timeouts.
Yes, they do.
I thought they had it on 1 on the scoreboard, so they just fixed that. But I mean, still, you still got 2 timeouts. Norwell's a team that can run the ball. You have to go onside kick.
You don't. And even if you don't get it, you're not out of the game yet. You can use your timeouts. Problem is, you're going to have to go a long ways. And again, you're
a lot faster than they've gone.
Yeah, you have to open up the passing game. They're out of options at this point. So if Norwell is able to get the hands team on here and find a way to cover up this onside kick, they'll be in good shape.
Yeah, if you're Norwell, you have to bear down here. If barring you get the onside kick, you really have to bear down, get your first downs, get this clock bleeding down to a range where Columbia City doesn't have a chance, and then just take care of the ball from there.
Klefker is on to, we would anticipate an onside kick here, although they aren't necessarily showing that yet. Norwell's got a bunch of guys up front. In fact, they'll have 7 of them. 6, can't count. Mosier's sitting back there as well, just beyond the 45-yard line. Klefker is not lined up like he's going to try an onside kick here. See the decision from Brett Fox. It is onside. Uh-oh, ball takes a bounce. It's still loose. And there's a pile for it. And we'll wait on a signal. That's a great onside kick by Klefker. And Norwell does recover at the 46-yard line. Boy, you couldn't have asked for a better effort, though, from Klefker. That was a beauty.
No, that's exactly what you want. You got the big hop here, there on the second bounce. You got a charge of Eagles heading towards only a few Knights there to cover it up, and Knights lucky there to get the ball.
And Norwell had their formation stacked on the near side here. They were able to kick it up the middle to where there were fewer Knights. That was a really, really good onside kick. You don't see that very often at high school level.
It's really hard to defend against onside kick if you haven't seen one on film from that team,
right.
how they do it. So you just assume they're going to go to the wide side.
And Colin was bashing kickers pregame.
Only Rodrigo.
Oh, that's a nice keeper by Leighton Bailey, who's into Eagle territory to the 48-yard line. He gets 6 on first down.
That's exactly what you got to do. You got to take care of the ball. Little simple runs there that get you 2-3 yards to carry. That one went for double that. Again, just got to keep the chains moving. Stay in front of the chains is super important. Don't get behind them.
No penalties.
No penalties. Hold on to the ball. You can take your time.
Still a lot of time on the play clock. That's interesting. Bailey hands it off, and Colbert loses yards.
And he snapped the ball with about 18 seconds left on the play clock. Let that roll down.
Yeah, even if your linemen pick up all the blocks there, you're still only getting a couple yards on that carry. Again, you have to milk this clock down.
You do.
You have now 20 seconds left on the play clock, and you got to use just about all 20 of them before you snap it. There's no rush.
Columbia City, a pair of timeouts, down 10 with 3:42 to go. And there's no room there for Colbert. And I would have thought about using a timeout right there.
I was just going to ask you if you thought about using timeout there. I think I would.
Well, in any case, Norwell did nothing on offense there. And so they will go 3 and out promptly and again keep the Eagle hopes alive.
Norwell will take this clock under 3 minutes, though, which is important to note. And Columbia City hasn't had super quick drives by any means today. So.
And if you get a good punt here, if you're Norwell and pin them deep, give them a long field to go, they haven't really proven themselves to be able to go down the field in a quick manner.
Brody Bullen does have the ability to kick the ball pretty high. So this is one where you don't really care how far it goes. You want it to go really high in the air, give your coverage team time to cover.
Josh Gerber just burned his last timeout. We'll take it with him and return in 30 on The Voice.
Imagine a place where you could live independently with support close by if needed. A place where you feel secure, stress-free, and with friends next door. A place where you're just a few steps away from assistance, nursing, or even rehabilitation services. A place where a team of professionals work every day to provide everything you need and care for you just like family. This is ASEAN Assisted Living, where you're close to home but far from ordinary.
Inside 3 minutes to go, and it's 23-13. Norwell's now out of timeouts, although that means a whole lot less to them than it does to Columbia City, who has 2. They're going to punt here. Brody Bolin from midfield, and a chance to pin Columbia City deep. The good news about all of this and the onside kick is it more than likely, barring a big return here or an absolute shank, is going to it's going to pin Columbia City to have to go a long distance, and they still need to get into the end zone here quickly.
Yeah, we haven't seen it much from Brody Bolin in this aspect, but a little rugby, take a little bit more time and then try to kick it to the opposite end of the field. Could be beneficial.
It's a straight up punt, pretty wobbly spiral. Not a bad one. And Fuller will fall on top of it at the 20-yard line. 30-yard kick. That's really pretty well done by Bolin.
And that's also really well done by Fuller coming up and not letting that bounce, because if it bounces, Norwell can let that ball just roll and eat up seconds. That's a really good job coming up to catch, but like you said, that's a really good punt. The last thing you would want is a shank like he had on the last one. Doesn't take a lot of time off.
Well, now the offense is going to have to be in super hurry-up mode for Columbia City. 2:49, they need 2 scores. They're still in the game. They've got a couple of timeouts, and if they can get a quick strike, it'll make it doable here in this fourth quarter, trying to mount a 16-point comeback. Bolt will throw it incomplete.
Yeah, Bolt not able to fully step into that throw there. Left it short, skipped it just in front of his receiver. That's really a throw you really want him to make in that situation.
41%, guys, all season long, and obviously well below that mark tonight. He was 35 for 85 on the year coming in with 2 picks. He has one of those tonight for his 3rd. Blake Hafley intercepting him in the first half. Hold on 2nd down. On the run, incomplete again, this time for Peyton Shearer. Shearer has not been targeted, I don't think, one time tonight. We have not called his name, and Shearer is 2nd on the team with 10 catches for 262. In fact, leads the team in receiving yards, and he has been completely neutralized here tonight.
Yeah, again, with this formation, it's hard to spread the ball around through the air, and so he's just kind of been a block here tonight.
3rd and 10. On the move, Bolts. McCabe spying him, misses the tackle. Luke Graff makes the tackle at the 30-yard line. Good enough for first down yardage. Oh, Brett Fox is incensed. He was asking for a targeting call. And the Columbia City coaches frustrated that they did not get the call there. Now the chains will move. Clock is stopped while they move him with 2:19 to go. Bolin chasing Bolt, but he's got a first down again and cut down by Graft at the 42-yard line. Well, at the end of the day, the clock is still moving, and even you still can afford to give up these kind of plays.
Absolutely. And if you're nice, just keep them in between the lines and clock moving.
Snap back, Bolt. Bolt steps into a throw, well overthrown, looking for Hunter Heron.
If you're Columbia City here, do you think about, let's say they pick up another 30 or 40 yards, do you think about kicking the field goal and then trying an onside kick again, maybe make it a one-touchdown game?
I don't, because you have to be completely confident, because if he misses, and he's 8 for 14,
right.
So if he misses it, then it is over. So, and they're not at that point yet, but maybe. Just kind of depends on how the situation unfolds. I think a very narrow set of possibilities brings that into play. Bolt throws on the run, overthrown again for Heron again, third down.
Yeah, just desperation time for Columbia City, trying to air it out and get as many yards as possible. Again, good coverage by the Knights. There is almost double or triple coverage there on that corner route.
And, I understand their need to move down and move down quickly.
Right.
But, man, it feels like they're not giving them much of a chance. They're
right.
throwing a lot of
low percentage. Bolt stands in and way overthrown. That wasn't even close to Fuller.
Yeah, timing kind of seems like an issue right now on the routes and on Bolt's throws. A lot of time on those corner routes, on the post routes, you really want to hit your receiver right at the break is when you have the best chance to complete a pass. And Bolt's kind of hold on to it, waiting until, on a post route until the receiver gets more into the middle of the field, or on the corner route until he gets closer to the sideline.
Well,
not really giving, like you said, not giving his receivers a real chance there.
It's a very interesting thing, because this is a Columbia City offense that's fast-moving. You would think built well for a comeback. The problem is they're not very good at spreading it out. They're not good outside of their typical formation. 4th and 10, and a last-ditch effort here for Bolt. He throws it complete to Stratton Fuller, who's still on his feet inside the 30, and so hopes stay alive for Columbia City. Nice grab by the freshman. Elevation by the 5'9" Fuller to go up and make the grab.
Yeah, just as I talked about timing, that's a real good timed comeback route. They're good pitch and catch there. And Columbia City able to pick up a good chunk there.
They get set and go in a hurry. 90 seconds to play. Bolt floats it. Sideline Fuller, incomplete. Clock stopped at 1:24 with Norwell on top, 23-13. This has been a game Norwell has pretty much controlled for the most part. They got the lead early. Really, it has been, we didn't know how much of a difference the special teams and the defensive touchdowns were going to make, but they loom large here as they have one fewer offensive touchdown than Columbia City does tonight. Pulled out of the gun. Bolt creating something. Bolin missed another tackle. Now Bodenheimer misses a tackle. He's a hard guy to bring down. Graff brings him down inbounds at the 20, and they've got to go fast here with 1:10 to go. Got to get to the line in a hurry. 3rd down and 2. Finally, Bolt has the snap. A little bit low, but hangs on to it anyway. And Bolt is going down. Aiden Rusu gets the sack and a timeout called by the Eagles.
Bolt a little shaken up there on the play. He remains down.
And he's okay, I think. He finally gets back to his feet. Maybe more frustrated than anything else. He's been sacked, I think, 3 or 4 times tonight. 52 seconds to go. And it just seems these are not, these are not coverage sacks. These are sacks where he just has no chance to make a play. You feel for him in some sense in that he's a guy that's very mobile and can get outside the pocket, make plays with his feet. He just hasn't had a chance to do that on the sacks tonight.
He's made a lot of plays, too, where he's gotten out of sacks. There was one play where it seemed like he had nowhere to go, and he got 15 yards. But, what is it now, about 4th and 7? Is that right?
4th and about 7.
4th and 7, 4th and 8? If they throw an incomplete pass here, it's incomplete, you got a good field goal kicker. Do you think about a field goal? I don't know, because you haven't gotten a lot of 7-yard passes tonight.
Well, it's fourth
really.
down right now, so.
Right.
Yeah, well, Klefficker's long on the year is 41. So we're right at that range. This would be 42 from here. I'm still inclined probably to go for it. It's
got backup quarterback in now with with the injury. To
so
the injury timeout.
It's Colton Piper, the 6'1 junior. Well, that actually completely changes things. Now maybe, what, are they going to use another one? Yep, I just heard that. You know, that crowd, Mike, paid for itself the first night I got it. And we just picked up from the sideline that they're going to try a field goal. See, that's what I said, is if you're in a backup quarterback situation, now you kind of push yourself in a situation where you do have to try a field goal.
Yeah,
it's a nice call, Colin.
Yeah, if you're Norwell, you bring your PAT block out, but at the same time, don't be too aggressive. Just play safe.
You don't need a penalty.
Don't need a penalty.
Say,
stay off the
jump.
snapper. Just hold the line.
Yeah, the last thing you'd want is I don't know how you would do a hard count really in a field goal, because normally that just goes off the snapper. But if they could try a little hard count.
Would you think about a fake? I mean, it's something. It doesn't necessarily. It's still. I mean, you still have to get an onside kick, even if you get a touchdown or get a first down or whatever. But it's not a bad time to try one.
Again, a reason I would play safe. I would almost line up like you're lining up for defense. Just stay off the snapper.
That's what they're doing.
Kind of just hold the line.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
Great job by Matt Taylor here, setting up Norwell in a very safe situation where the only option Columbia City has is to kick this thing. Kleffiker got a little bit of a late start, has the distance but missed it wide left, and that's the ball game. Norwell can take a couple of knees and win this thing on senior night, 23-13. They get their first back-to-back wins since the late 2000s, and Norwell's going to win this thing 23-13 despite not scoring in the second half. This is a game where they had to kind of grit and grind it out, and a good one, I think. It says a lot about this group that we already knew going into the tournament.
Yeah, good to see them respond and, make some big stops defensively. But at the same time, one thing that could worry you a little bit if you're a Norwell fan or coach is this is about 2 weeks in a row now where it feels like they've left some touchdowns on the field. They've left some points off the board, and that's one thing that you're going to want to clean up going into sectional time, where there's going to come a game sooner or later. Maybe not in the first week. You might need it in the second week, depending on how good Concordia is. You can never tell with the conference they play in where you're going to need those points.
Well, one more knee will do the job here tonight. And Norwell will finish the regular season 8-1 for the second consecutive year. They finish 6-1 in the Northeast 8, a game shy of Leo, the only loss that Norwell had all season long. Once again, and they will take on Mechaniqua next week. We will have the coverage, or at least planning on having the coverage for you down at Mechaniqua. We'll be making the trek down and following Norwell throughout their tournament run. Closing thoughts, fellas, as we wrap this thing up tonight.
Yeah, really good win here for Norwell. Again, first time since 2008, 2009 that they have beat Columbia City in consecutive regular season matchups. So credit to the coaching staff on that. Really, a lot of good things from Norwell, mixing up the play call more on first down. We've seen a lot more passes on first down. And really a great time to show your best here going into the sectionals and going to Mechaniqua next Friday.
Norwell wins tonight, 23-13. They take on Mechaniqua next week. Columbia City's back here at home against Angola in their trek in sectional 19. Norwell wins by 10. On behalf of Alex Howard, Colin Schwartz, our entire Wells County Voice crew, including our owners, Scott and Dale Menser, I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.